we cover are, you know, we could argue may or may not have a lot of usefulness to us on a particular day or whatever. But part of the reason we do this is just to raise our awareness about our safety in general. I used to start every one of these meetings with kind of a little thought that I had that craftsmen tend to become task focused. We think that the thing that we're doing is the most important thing, and sometimes it is, but it's often true that it's not. A lot of times safety is the most important thing. If you're not going to go home with all your toes and fingers, then safety is the most important thing. What people think of our work is sometimes more important than the task itself. If you do, I've said for years, if you do the great work, but you track up some lady's carpet, they don't see the great work. They just see the muddy carpet. And of course, we have to work profitably and a lot of other things. But I want us to pay attention and raise our awareness to our surroundings, our safety awareness, and our situational awareness, so that today's goal is that we all go home safe. Before we get started today, I want to bring up a couple of quick points. One is I had the thought yesterday. Dave Stover was getting in his truck yesterday afternoon, and he's got one more day this year that he's going to work, and he's going to be done for the year. Of course, you all may or may not know that Dave is retired. He's been retired for a few years now, and I just want to say in front of everyone that I appreciate him, and he's not gone forever or anything. He's been working part-time, and that's what he's doing, and he'll be back next spring, I hope, Lord willing. But I appreciate him, and I just wanted to thank him and congratulate him today, and we'll see him next year. I think today's his last day of work for the year, if I'm right. And then the other thing is my friend Isaiah Toro, I think before we meet again, there'll be a Mrs. Isaiah, and I want to congratulate him. And for you all that don't know his future wife, she's a wonderful young lady, as good as he is a great young man, so I want to congratulate him. Second thing is the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. I want you all to all enjoy it with your families and stuff. We'll work Monday through Wednesday this week, next week, Monday through Wednesday. The 26th, I'm looking at my calendar here, the 26th is Thanksgiving. The 27th is we'll use as a paid holiday for everyone. So there's 2 paid days off next week, 4-day weekend, and we'll put in 3 hard days, Monday through Wednesday, and then pick up from there. I guess without further ado here, I'll let Marty come in here and introduce our topic for today, and then we'll play the video, and then I'll be back after that. I need everyone to stay on after the video. I've got a couple more things I need to go over, and I appreciate everyone's close attention today. Marty?
All right, guys.
Come to the mountains, Marty.
How we doing? Today's topic, you see this? Oh yeah. Can you fellas see what I've got around my neck? It's not a noose. They're earplugs. These earplugs cost roughly 25 cents. So 25 cents can make a big difference in your life, especially later on down the road. Hearing loss is something that's usually very gradual and unnoticeable until it's too late. So we're going to watch the video. It's got some good stuff, and then we're going to talk about a few other things, hygiene as far as that goes for our hearing, your ears. So we'll go ahead and watch the video, and then we'll reconvene.
Our workplace is full of hazards that can cause injury and disability. Controlling these hazards and preventing injuries is the point of our safety and health program. One such hazard is the one presented by high levels of harmful noise. Controlling our exposure to high levels of noise can prevent the life-changing effects of hearing loss. That is the point of our hearing loss prevention program, and that is the point of this program. So pay close attention as we get to the point about preventing hearing loss. Power tools, lawn equipment, metalworking machinery, air compressors, and countless other pieces of machinery or tools generate noise at levels high enough to damage our hearing. Once damaged, our hearing cannot be repaired. Hearing loss can have a devastating impact on our quality of life and the quality of life for our loved ones. To prevent hearing loss, our organization has developed a hearing conservation program as required by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, in their standard 1910.95 titled Occupational Noise Exposure. For our hearing conservation program to be effective, all employees must understand how excessive noise can damage our hearing and the actions that must be taken to prevent hearing loss. Our ability to hear depends on many delicate processes working correctly. Sound travels in waves and upon reaching our outer ear is channeled into our ear canal. Inside the ear canal, these sound waves strike the eardrum, which is covered with a delicate membrane. The membrane of the eardrum vibrates against three delicate bones which carry the vibrations to the inner ear and to a structure called the cochlea. The cochlea is filled with fluid and contains tiny hair-like structures called cilia. When the vibrations reach the cochlea, its fluid is set into motion. The cilia sway and bend as they are contacted by these waves of fluid. As they move, the cilia transmit signals to the brain, which interprets these signals into the sounds we hear. The weak point in this delicate process is the cilia. When noise levels become harmful, the fluid waves inside the cochlea become so powerful that the cilia can be damaged. When cilia are damaged, hearing loss will occur. Damaged cilia do not repair themselves, and we cannot grow more. When our cilia are damaged, any resulting hearing loss is permanent. Remember, the point of the hearing conservation program is to prevent this type of damage and hearing loss by preventing exposure to harmful noise. Our hearing conservation program limits employee noise exposure to the permissible levels listed in OSHA's noise exposure standard. These permissible exposure levels are a combination of decibels and time of exposure. For example, for an 8-hour exposure, the maximum permissible sound is 90 decibels. For a shorter exposure of 3 hours, a higher sound level of 97 decibels is allowed. Our facility conducts noise testing to periodically measure the level of noise to which workers are exposed. In those areas where noise exposure is found to exceed permissible limits, steps will be taken to reduce exposure. If possible, engineering or administrative controls will be used to reduce noise exposure. If this is not possible, employees will be required to use hearing protection. The purpose of this hearing protection is to reduce employee noise exposure to permissible levels. There are various types of hearing protection devices, and each has a noise reduction rating.
Hey, I'm going to pause this for just a second, and I may back it up just a hair. I've had a couple of people text me and say they weren't getting the video. If I'm going to give like 2 minutes here for them, or not quite 2 minutes, just long enough for them to get out and back in. Okay, I got one texting me say they picked it up here. I apologize, but I'm going to back it up about a minute or something so they can pick up the content. Just stand by. Sorry.